On screen. Change that.
Hey folks, Wizard of Mo Games here. We are live playing Wroth tonight, as promised. We have no face-up cameras today because we wanted you to see this beautiful display of colorful game from Chip Theory Games. I'm looking to see who did all this beautiful art.
It usually has it written on the box.
And it usually has something here. It's this one right here. Designed by Manny Tremblay. Manny, great job. This looks great. I heard somebody say that the game on the table looks like a unicorn vomited on it, and Chip Theory's proud of that.
Didn't Manny use a family member as part of this?
I think him and his child were playing games and developed it and created the game itself. Manny does artwork for many games. In fact, he was doing artwork for Chip Theory in the Die 20 Strong universe, and presented this to them, and they said, "Hey, great, let's take it." And so, anyway, we're gonna play it tonight. We're 3 players. It's the Wizard, an Emperor, and the Scribe. The Ninja will be here later today, but we want to do sort of a quick teach playthrough, run through this thing. It's relatively quick to play. So what we have out here is the game board, and we've got all these little chits out here. They're randomly placed, and we're going to reveal those. It's going to show victory point values for each of these regions for those who control it. It's basically an area control game, and you'll have basic troops, and you'll have elite troops, and you'll get them out on the map. You'll move them around. You'll go through a few steps and score at the end of each round, and whoever passes 30 points first is going to win the game. And so it's just it's not Risk. I think it's far better than Risk, but it should go quick, and we're just going to jump right in it. So every player is going to get to start with 3 of their basic troops out here. Now, every one of these are mats, and all of their basic troops have different names. Mine are runts.
Life.
Yours are called coverts. And then we have named elite troops, which are dice. And these aren't rolled, they just have life values on them. So when they take damage, they just roll down until they get to 0, and then they go back onto the board. But we'll show you how they deploy throughout the game. So we've got the chits all set up. We've got the round marker. We've decided a first player. All of these things are asymmetrical, and you even get to draw a card. There are 3 of them that give you either a ongoing power or a once per game power, where you ditch it, do it once, and you're done. So we'll go ahead and do this. I think Kenny was already set his first player.
Okay.
Yeah. We have these little gemstones here. They're called Cora. These are used to buy things, to purchase and put these dice into the deployment zone or wherever it tells you to put them. You can earn that. So let's just start off. We're going to
have a point track over here.
Yep, we're going to set and those are on 1. They should be on 0.
On 0,
Yeah.
so it should be off the board to begin with.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. So we start out in rounds. And we're going to start with the maintenance phase. It says set the round counter to 1. I think there's certain factions that this comes into play based on the round counter. And then we'll pass the first player, which we did. We're going clockwise. Then there are the spoils. So some of these guys just show victory points, but some of them have little symbols that are actions that mirror what's on the action dice. If you controlled that region, you'd be able to perform that action during the spoils phase. So nobody is on any of these 8 regions at this point, so we're just going to skip over that. We don't have to do the spoils. Then we go to the groundwork, and this is where everybody simultaneously gets to put 2 basic troops into their deployment zone. henceforth known as the DZ. So you get 2 troops. Then all players have what is called an all-seeing die. It basically allows you to gain Cora, gives you some combat options. 1 die allows you to do a damage anywhere on the battlefield. And then you've got this 2 buy, and you can pair it with an action die. And when you do, you get to do that thing twice. You get to repeat the action. So we all get one of these. We're going to roll it and put it on our mat. And look at that. I got a 2 buy right away. All right. And so that's the groundwork. And then each player is going to get 1 Cora, which I think we've already done because we are greedy. That's the groundwork. That's going to happen every turn. So you're going to get 2 things. You're going to roll your die and you're going to get a Cora. Then we do a draft. So depending on number of players, there'll be a set number of dice that you use. For our count, we're going to use 7. It's an odd number. But what happens in the first round, we'll each get to draft 1 at a time until we all have 2 dice, and there'll be 1 left over. In future rounds, whoever has the least amount of points on the scoreboard will get to draft the 3rd dice. It's a catch-up mechanism. Yeah, so first player is going to go ahead and roll them into play.
Oh, look at all the combat on that.
I see that. So we will start the draft with you. And normally these cards are face down so you can surprise people with what it is. I'm sure over time you sort of learn what they are. We just put them face up because we know we're learning the game.
I can't read them from over there anyway.
All right. So he went ahead and grabbed a die that is called Maneuver, and it's going to allow him to move troops from one region to a single adjacent region, 2 of them, or deploy 2 troops from his playmat to his DZ. Ninja grabbed the same thing.
Ninja?
I will, or not Ninja, but Scribe.
Oh, what are you talking about?
I will grab.
Sitting in a seat. You're half Ninja, half Scribe today.
I will go ahead and grab what is called Extend. This will allow me to take 2 of my basic troops from my mat and put it to any region where I currently have 1 or more troops, which is currently my deployment zone. It looks like the rest of this is going to be combat. All right. So now we go into what is called the action phase. So now you get to use your dice 1 at a time, but also during that phase, you could actually use 2 of those dice and make a bulk troop move. That's called the Exodus action. We'll explain it when we get to it. And you can also spend your Cora during your turn as well. So here's what we'll do.
I think I'm going to go ahead and discard these 2.
All right.
It's one of your functions.
Move all of these guys in here.
All right, so he did a first turn Exodus. And he chose a region, moved as many of the troops as he wished from it to any adjacent region or regions, so you could split them up.
Oh. Really?
Mm-hmm. Giving up 2 actions.
Strength in numbers.
Do this instead. Get rid of these 2.
All right.
And do that move, and then put 2
All
there.
right.
There we go.
All right. He can still. I'm still learning this myself.
I can still what?
Still move the troops, even though you didn't have a troop movement die.
Well, I got rid of the 2, and he said I can move into...
To any adjacent, you could split them up into any adjacent regions, because he did the...
He had 2 sitting there. Okay.
He had 5 there, and he put 3 there and 2 there.
Got you. Okay, I understand. All right. I'm going to do the free action of spinning that to put this guy into play. Then I will spin this, put 2 troops into a region. Let's actually put them. What would be a good place to put them? Here. And then I'll use this die, which is 2 times, to do the same thing again.
Hmm.
There.
From there, from your deployment zone.
My bad. So
Cheating already.
I don't know. I'm lost. I'm sorry.
That's what Ninja would say. Cheating already. He really wanted to play, but
You'll be here later after the fireworks festivities.
Mm-hmm. All right, I will extend, and then I will double it. Which gives me 2 troops to here and 2 troops to here again.
so the only place combat can happen are on the corners, this 5, and all the centerpieces.
In a zone, yes.
Adjacency.
This die is dead.
Yep. So
Okay.
is mine.
You could spend your Cora if you wanted to.
I can't. I'm not enough to do anything.
Okay. Yours is dead, mine is dead.
I spent
All
my
right.
core, so put that back into that.
All right. So now that we have done our actions, we will go into the victory points. And this is how fast it is. Area 1, nobody. Area 2, nobody. Area 3, he gets 2 points, +1 for dominance, and +1 because this troop is worth a point on the board. So he gets 4 points. It's fast, folks. Number 4, he gets 3 +1 for dominance, 4 points. Number 5, he gets 1 +1 for dominance, he gets 2. 6, nobody. 7, nobody. 8, nobody. That was the victory points. Now it goes back into the maintenance phase. I thought somebody might be telling us something, but they're not. So now we go back to maintenance. So we change the round counter. We pass the first player marker. Then we go to the spoils. Anybody in control an area that has spoils. There's one, no. There's one, no. Doesn't look like there's any other spoils, so nobody's going to get it. So now we go to the groundwork. Each player gets 2. Puts them into play. Gets to roll their all-seeing die. I got a starburst, which is nice.
So did I.
Yep. That basically allows you to
Battle.
snipe anywhere on the board. And we get a Cora.
What happens if the core runs out?
Is it a limited
The
resource?
SOL? I believe we said that before when we were learning this. Get it while you can.
I'll have to look it up.
Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out when the time comes. If we run out.
All right, your first player. So we have gone through the spoil of the groundwork. Now we're on the draft again. So we have 7 dice, rolling them in.
For combat.
Mm-hmm.
And now Bill is going to get last extra die.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we forgot to roll this, didn't we?
No, we rolled it.
That's what you
I
rolled.
got that,
Okay.
and you got that.
All right.
All right, now see you.
I'm going to spin this core ahead of time. Put this guy into play. And Already thinking, because the last game I learned some stuff. Don't spread yourself too thin.
It's the golden rule of all area control games.
Mm-hmm. We're going to spin the movement. Mm-mm-mm. Play.
All right, I'm going to,
Wait, what did you do?
Put 2 into play
Up there?
from here to there.
I'm going to spend 2 Cora to put a Grizzled into my zone. And then I'm going to
Definitely a thinking
I'm
game.
going to move 2. Here. That's my turn.
Hmm. Okay. Let's see. I'll spend 2 Cora. Summon Elegant. And I'll activate this. Summon him, I can summon one of these guys. And I'm moving. Okay.
Okay, so I'm kind of in a stuck point. So I'm not occupying a place where anybody else is, and all I have is attack dice.
You can attack an adjacent place.
I can.
Mhm.
Okay, so you attack adjacent.
Same place or adjacent.
Spin Cora, activate action die or exodus action, activate all seeing, and then activate a feat if possible. So,
You can discard the 2 dice to move troops around too.
I don't want to move troops at this time.
Well, I'm saying if you didn't think you had anything to do, that's one thing you can do.
I think it's a 5.
Mm-hmm.
And when you attack it, what happens?
Nothing. When he moves into a space, he automatically does 1 damage to the troops in it.
When he moves. He takes damage?
And when he attacks a region that has a grizzle, he deals +1 damage. So when he moves into a thing, he does the damage to you, and if he attacks in the same region, he does +1 damage.
Really want to fight with you, but it might have to. Because I'm wanting to move, but then again, maybe I don't want to waste my die. And if I fight with you, it just gives him an advantage. I may have to just give up these die this time. Do you have to do something?
Mm-hmm. That's what you do during the action, starting with the first player. must spend one of the action dice they drafted to perform an action. If they do not wish to perform the action associated, they simply discard it. Sometimes a player may spend 2 in a single turn for a special effect. And
So you can simply discard it.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm going to have to discard it.
Right.
Because I don't want to fight you right now because that gives him an advantage.
I mean, you'd only be dealing 1 damage to him.
I have skills.
I will.
Okay, is it gonna kill him right away?
Almost. But not.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So,
And the problem is then you become overpowering shortly afterwards.
why?
Because there's nothing between me and you except him.
Right, but you're not gonna kill that guy, so you gotta whittle him down. Otherwise,
I could be close.
I'm going to spend these 2 to do an Exodus. I'm going to Exodus them there, and I'm going to use my mutation 1 time per game ability, gathered all of my grizzled, and deploy them 1 at a time to a region with a runt. Each time you deploy one, remove a runt from that region,
From the game.
and then flip this card.
That was his turn. Now his grizzled are out.
Yeah,
Yes, they are.
one of them could have had 4 health if you attacked.
1 health if I attacked.
So there you go.
But, and then you would, never mind. I'm trying to play the big game, not the little hand-to-hand skirmishes.
I understand. So let me go ahead and spend this. Knock off one of, well, you hit one of your big grizzle guys. Nothing happens if I attack you, right?
Knock them down to 4.
Yep.
All right.
So nothing happens if I attack you. From outside the zone.
I'm sorry. This is before he moves into a region. You attack it for 1, and then if he attacks in a region, you deal 1 to him. So he attacks from the outside and then attacks once he's in. So it's before I move that happens. And there is semantics as to the sequence.
See, I don't get my bonuses because it's outside the region.
Mm-hmm.
He knows that.
That's what I said. You're not going to kill him. You could have whittled them down a little bit.
1 point, then it wouldn't have been worth it.
1 plus, I mean, you got rid of it, so yeah, it would have been worth it.
I'm about to get rid of this one because I got 2 more attack, and I'm not about to go over there and attack and have him come back and kill my dude.
You don't have to go over there. You can attack from where you are.
He determines where the damage goes, or do I determine where the damage goes?
You determine.
That's a good question.
Attack a region you occupy or a region adjacent to you for damage. So let's look and see how the damage works.
Guess I should have. I was afraid last time.
In Wroth, troops have opportunities to attack. They always deal damage, but other abilities die. Whatever its source, damage is always measured in points. Attacking is always directed to a specific region, and damage is dealt to a specific faction within that region. So if there were multiple factions, you'd have to choose which faction you were attacking. When this happens, the player dealing the damage may divide those points any way they wish among any or all troops from
You
that
can take
faction.
some little guys out.
So you pick a region, and then you pick a faction within that region, and then you divide the points out amongst.
So when you hit him, it didn't have to be right there. You just chose where
He chose it.
because of what?
He said, I
wanna
want to
whittle
do it.
down
Oh,
to
was
your
it that?
grizzled."
No, I use this.
With that. He said, I want to do it to one of your grizzled. So he did. And I
It
was
said that it goes anywhere you feel like it goes.
No,
the one
I-
attacking.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
we
choose,
choose where it goes then.
I choose a
Target.
region, I choose a faction in the region, and then I choose to
So,
divide it any way I
If
want.
you attack with this, and I'm not saying you have to do it, you could choose one to go there and one to hit the little guy. That's what it's saying. You can split it and choose where it goes.
And if he was in this region with me, you'd have to choose either him or me. You couldn't hit both of us.
You can't split it between us.
Right. One player or the other.
Correct.
All right. Well, I guess I should have used that then. I was unclear of how it would affect me later. Do 2 damage to that guy right there from this group to this group, region to region.
And you're doing it to this guy?
Yeah, the one that's already took damage.
All right.
Put this die back over here too. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. I'll use my snipe die to do 1 to that guy.
You act like you would have been safe if you didn't attack him. No,
I'm
you're
just
sitting
saying.
on a 2-pointer. Of course he's going to attack you.
He just came out big quick.
I'm gonna
That's
use
special.
my snipe die to hit that guy.
Him for 1.
That special ability one time only was fantastic.
So all the actions are done. Now we go to victory points. Area 1, Kenny gets 1 plus 1 is 2. Area 2, no. Area 3, he gets 2 plus 1 is 3 plus 2 more is 5 total. All right. Area 4, he gets 3, 4 total.
Yeah, I should have.
You should have got an extra 1 for that. He's worth 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
All
I
right.
killed his guy, then
Area 5, he gets 2.
He's running away.
Area 6, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because these are worth 2 points apiece. Being on the board, this plus domination. Area 7, nothing. Area 8, nothing.
those guys are strong.
All right. That was that. We go back to maintenance. Set the round counter to 3. Pass the first player marker over to here. Spoils. I have a spoils that I can
And
use.
he's fixing to ruin us with it.
Nobody else has that. Deploy up to 2 of your basic troops from your playmat to any region where you currently have 1 or more troops.
Or it doesn't have an option.
No, the blue one.
The maneuver does.
Spoils the
This is extend is that. So basically I use the extend action for free during the spoils. Groundwork. Each player gets 2 to their DZ and a Cora, and they roll their all-seeing die. Gives me double combat, which is nice.
I want the double combat. I keep getting it. Want
And
functionality.
now we go to draft. Rolling 7.
He's in last, so he's going to get the extra die again.
Wow.
Yeah, gotta take that. Am I last?
Yeah.
That's yours. I'm gonna spend this die to maneuver. I'm gonna maneuver 2 of these guys into area 7. I'm also going to spend a Cora and place 1 of these. Wait. Deploy face down to a region you occupy. All right. So that's where it is. It cannot move. And if it's attacked, it takes damage last. When opposing troop moves into the region, reveal what it says. There are 3 different actions on these, 2 of each kind. and trigger it against them. All right? It's a trap. Trap.
Spend a Cora. Get this guy out. Deploy to a region you occupy. They can't be deployed unless an elegant is in play.
Is in play, which you have it in play. Okay, cool.
Do this. First, we'll do this combat to take out one your last, or that grizzly's last.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, take him out?
Yeah.
All right. Now, when these are removed, they don't go away like they do. They go back to your mat.
Yep.
So they can be
They can be
purchased and
repurchased.
brought back. All right.
Spin that to get this.
All right.
As the part of the free action. Put that guy in here.
All right. Mm-mm-mm. Gotta do it. I'm gonna spend my all-seeing die to deal 2 damage to him. And I'm done.
Okay. Use the maneuver. Two guys in here.
Mm-hmm.
And that to do 1 damage to one of those guys there. It's big monsters.
I will attack from here to here for 1.
What I was gonna do.
You were going to attack me?
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
I mean, you were catching up to me in points. You got 2 points off of that guy
Dude,
sitting over there. I could have
that
attacked
right
him.
there is what you need to be worried about.
I'm worried about both of you, but I was gonna
No.
easily deny you a couple points.
You ain't got no worries from me. He's already been figuring this game out since last week.
That's
Look where I am.
2, 3.
Yeah, I see where you're at.
That's 4 points. It was 5 last time.
He'll have 12 this time.
Yeah, but I can't.
These guys don't have victory points on them. They're just traps, and that one does.
Yeah, but right now you're sitting on
2, 4, 5, 6,
this 2,
7, 8. 8. I
Another,
can't move anybody.
you've got the ability to attack twice. But that's not going to take anything out.
I can only attack a region adjacent to me.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's not like we can clear out number 7. Let's go ahead and hit that 2 guy over there. Seeing die.
All right.
Seeing die for 2 to that guy right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's all the only thing I have.
I'll use this to take that guy out. Is that all dice?
All dice.
All dice done. That is actions. Now we go to victory points. 2, 3. Was it him?
From that one. Yep.
3 there. None here. 3 here. 4 here. 2 here. 2, 4, 5, 6 here. 2, 3 here. And that's it. That's victory points. Maintenance, round counter, 4. Said it rarely reaches 6 rounds. So the game rarely reaches
Oh,
6
yeah,
rounds.
pretty quick, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty fast once you learn how to do it. Maintenance, first player marker goes. Spoils, I get this, which is going to give me move 2 of these guys to somewhere that I already occupy. Let's go ahead and put them up here in this zone. And groundwork, 2 troops, a Cora, and roll your all-seeing eye. Put 2 troops in, roll your all-seeing eye. Boom, die. I got a 2 buy this time.
So did I.
See, he will get the additional die this time. All right.
Been rolling a lot of
Good
combat.
mix. Yeah, it's on most of the dice. You want to pull them out or just draw them from there. It's 3 combat, a Cora, 2 extends, and 1 maneuver.
Actually, no. So this deploys from here.
Deploy up to 2 of your from your faction playmat to any region where you currently have 1 or more troops.
Not your landing zone,
Sure.
deployment zone, but your actual mat.
Yep. And then maneuver, you can take and put 2 to your DZ or
There's 2 from here.
one region to another. Yep. Last one's yours. All right.
Up first. Huh?
Yes, you are. Oh, I see. That Cora was a good move with that 2 buy.
Yeah, because it's gonna be. I should be able to win this time. Yeah, I should be able to win this turn, this round.
Yeah, because I can't move anybody.
Let's spend this. Put this guy out here. Spend these 2. To get 2 Cora. I can just go ahead and spend the 2 Cora to do the volley. And hit that guy for 2 and take him out.
For 2?
Yeah. That's it.
And that for that. That brings that one into play.
I don't think anybody can stop me.
We spend these to Exodus.
Oh.
Move this here. Before I move in there, it's going to do 1 point to you. Let's take 1 off of him.
Wait. So what would that do?
And this here.
You have a 2x, so that 2x is wasted then.
Do it.
That 2x is going to be wasted then.
No, he can do it again.
Actually, you know what I should
He
do?
can freaking do it again.
You can't do the x.
I will get rid of these 2
It
instead.
does anything. It's 2 times anything.
But if I oh yeah, you can double.
You can do the Exodus again.
You can double
Yes.
Exodus.
It's
yes.
2 times any
we
movement.
read that, and it is a
Because
rule.
I used it.
You can double Exodus, which means I could do the same from over here.
He can take more
So
control.
before you do that, so you did your first one, right?
Yeah, I did 1 point
So if
because I moved in.
I lose this guy.
Just 1 point here. Don't lose me.
So let me do this.
All right.
Once per game, your troops cannot be damaged for the remainder of this round. Then flip this card. Maybe play it anytime.
All right.
So you don't take the 1 to begin with.
Correct.
I was hoping I could get to more spaces. Oh. One of those that was there, instead of coming here, will go up into the 8 zone.
As your times 2, or is that the first Exodus?
First Exodus came from here and went to there. Second Exodus came from here and went to places. All right, that's what I did, was Exodus. All my dice were spent.
I can use this
Mm-hmm.
to get 2 from here to go here then.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Fortify my knoll.
Everybody's dice? Who's still got dice?
And yeah, 4 dice. I was special, and then everybody
I
dropped
used
2
my
plus-
special. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 attack on those guys back to back.
I should have put more there to make you spend more, and I wasn't thinking about the majority as opposed to
Well, that's what I thought you were doing. I thought
Yeah.
you were doing that.
yeah, and I completely lost it. I was just spreading the wealth, spreading them out. All right. All those have been spent. Those are the actions.
You might
So
get
those are victory points. 1, 2, 3,
4, 3, 1, 2, 3.
2, 3. Area 2, I get 2.
2.
Area 3, you get 2, 3, 4, 5. Area 4, you get 3, 4. Area 5, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're going to get 1 point.
Or
And then 1 point for this guy.
1 point for that guy. Area 6, I get 1, 2 points. I get 2 points for him, even though he was in your area.
Oh, he gets scored just for being.
He scores just for being out. 7, I get 2. Did I get that already? No, this I get 2. 7, I get 2. And 8, I get 2.
he almost got
Just by
Well, I knew. I
spreading
counted
right
out. I was like,
Yeah.
you're not going to catch me.
If I had put enough there, I don't know, but yeah. So folks, that is how it's played. It's once you learn the actions, they're not real hard. There's a little bit of thinking involved with
a
it.
little bit.
And once you start learning how the factions work, how the dice work, you can grasp it pretty quick. You can reset it, play again. It's going to be completely different. You can change out your player mats, but I thought it was pretty fun because it's not, you don't invest so much time that it's just like,
Yeah, and the one power I thought was useless is what helped me win.
He hated that card in the
Yeah, I hated
beginning.
that card.
I don't want this.
I was like, 1 time to stop damage. How
There
did
it
that
is.
happen? Last round.
So, folks, it's good to be back. Like I say, it's been a while since we've been on, but as much fun as games are, sometimes life takes precedence. But we'll get on as often as we can. I've got some plans for some solo playthroughs, and we'll just keep letting you know with the quick shorts whenever we're going to go on. We should have been doing that long ago. But this was Wroth, Chip Theory Games. Thanks to Manny, and we will catch you next time. Keep gaming.
All right. See ya.